Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Darren Evans and this is a beautiful sunny Brumbo. It's close to where we are in Wrexham, so we thought we'd bring an appropriate car out on the nicest day of the year so far. So, what have we got? Well, we've got a car that was built by one guy, supported by us over the years, probably a process of about 10 years that this young gent, Jamie, had the car, and now it's moved on to its new owner. Thankfully, another customer of ours. So Josh actually owns this car now. I don't think we ever featured his previous car. It's called 𝘎𝙁. I think it might have appeared in a couple of the videos, but we didn't do a full feature on it. Now, let's start off with the spec of this car. So it is a pre-facelift car, believe it or not, but Jamie, the previous owner, facelifted it. He worked for Tremont Garage, which was a Ford dealer. As a technician, he moved on into the service centre, so he was a Ford trained technician. Now from there on in, we forged the engine some years ago. We also installed an RS turbo on it and took it to stage 4+. He then installed a hybrid turbo on it and took it a bit further. And then most recently, he installed a Sidewinder setup with our fuel system and all the supporting mods. But before Jamie got to complete this, well, what can I call it? A track car, probably more than anything. He actually had a little one. God bless him, he moved on to other things. So thankfully, Josh saw the light and purchased this car before I did. So, we are where we are now. This car hasn't run properly for a couple of years. And as you might be able to tell, it's a little bit dirty on the outside, and it's got what can only be called as a little bit of overspray everywhere. Now Josh, in his wisdom, has decided to paint this roll cage in fluorescent yellow. And it really is fluorescent yellow. Now, I was once sceptical once I actually saw it with a few more coats on it. I'm not that unimpressed by it, and at the end of the day, it's not my car. So let's go out over the outside modifications of this car. So we've got Perspex windows pretty much throughout, apart from the front screen, which I believe is still glass. So yeah, it's track ready. It's got the widest setup from the Mark II Focus RS, which is why the wheels are poking out from underneath the arches. It's got loads of polybush and upgraded mounts and polyurethane bushes on them. Now Josh has actually purchased from Gareth Bloodworth the WRC front bumper and the different arches. Our job from here on in is to make this thing run properly, test it properly, and set it up. Now the first thing we're going to do is sort out the wheel alignment. So you might ask where we're off now. We're off to Buckley Tyres, which is just up the road, which has got a full alignment setup, similar to the Hunter setup that's in 𝘠𝙗𝙂 Tweaks. I think Buckley have actually got the most expensive setup around. It is the Hunter. Yeah. But I think they've got a more expensive setup than even Tweaks have. Yeah. And they've got more than one of them as well. So they've said that they're happy for us to come down there and film. Right, we're here at Buckley Tyres, obviously in Buckley, you know. So Buckley Tyres have been around for a number of years. I wish I'd Googled this before I actually got here, because I could have told you how long they've been about, but it's a purpose-built facility with four-wheel alignment, all the tyres. They do commercial, they do car tyres, they do motorcycle tyres, whatever you could possibly need. They've got two Hunter alignment here, 𝘎𝙁 versions. As I said on the way here, if we've cut that in before or afterwards, it's probably the best bit of equipment that money can buy. Now the guys here are helping us out. What we're doing is we're going to get this alignment set so that it's basically set up like a Focus RS Mark II, and we're going to go from there. Josh is then going to get the body kit on and get it made to suit the setup. So unbelievably, it was only the toe that was really out, and I mean you could see that just by looking at the car that the toe was out. The camber and caster were actually in green, so they didn't need to even touch that. Now that's quite surprising in fairness. We actually put that coilover kit onto the vehicle some time ago. So I suppose realistically, all that Jamie's done is change the running gear over. So maybe it isn't so much of a surprise to me, but the toe was way out. I mean, it doesn't get any more out than that really, in my opinion. It's all green now anyway, so it's perfectly set up.
So that was a fun start, trying to get Ben into these seats.
Don't talk to me, Lee. I can't talk, I can barely breathe, never mind talk. Jesus.
So, just out in Josh's car, about to do some testing. What do you think of the car, Ben?
It's cool, isn't it?
It is really cool.
I'm not tight in these harnesses. Oh, my balls have disappeared.
I think as soon as we get this running properly, it's going to be one hell of a motor.
That single exit just sounds like nothing else.
Yeah, it's a totally different sound.
And obviously the sidewinder and everything, but yeah, it is.
And that streamer pipe coming from the bonnet is going to be chucking some flames. Mad, isn't it?
What? Oh, hello. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Normally rips people's bumpers off.
Right, that
You're going to explain to him, Ben, why we're on the side of the road and why is the engine up?
Thought we'd stop to admire this lovely countryside view. Hiya. Well, basically, we seem to have lost all clutch pedal, which is not ideal because we've got no tools or brake fluid or anything else. Luckily, I can see where the pipes come disconnected. There's a joint on the bulkhead where the flexible clutch pipe joins onto the solid line from the master cylinder. The only problem is, as you can see, this car's got quite a big turbo bolted to a very big sidewinder manifold, and there's wastegate and all sorts going on there, so it's pretty hot. It's really tight for space, so I'm one, waiting for it to cool down, and two, waiting for Daz to get here with some tools and some brake fluid, so that maybe we can go home at some point tonight.
But there's no harm done to the car. We were out testing it and...
Literally just clutch pedal didn't come back up. I was thinking maybe something a bit more extreme had happened, like the slave cylinder had expired or whatever, but quick look under here, you can see where the pipes come off. Daz has rang Josh. Apparently it's happened to Josh once or twice before as well, so it's not a new problem, but it's certainly something we need to address with maybe like a one-piece hose or something, so that we don't get this problem again.
Yeah.
Because if it was raining, I'd be in a bad mood now.
You can't be in a bad mood, it's absolutely boiling. To be honest, I think you're going to be in a bad mood because your head is looking
It's
so
going to burn,
red.
I know. But if it was raining, I would have had to have stayed in the car, and that means sitting within a foot of you, so nobody ever wants that.
Oh, cheers, pal.
It's all right.
Thanks. Anyhow, we're going to wait for Daz to come and, yeah, admire the sun. See you in a bit. Big bad Daz has come to save us.
Yeah.
For a change. Is it hot down there, Ben?
No, mate, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's complete.
Surprising, isn't it?
It's
considering we're in Mexico.
It's
that
complete.
It's not that hot.
Yeah, no, we've been sat here long enough. I just spat at you then, sorry. We've been sat here long enough. The downpipe's actually stone cold, and do you know what? It's a lot easier to get to than I thought, but...
Have you had any tequila? while you're waiting?
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Does it?
Yeah.
Some of the viewers won't understand that reference.
No.
No, they're not old enough. If we stand here talking long enough, right, Bennett might get run over by this van that's coming.
Possibly.
Have you got us in shot, Bennett? Just go back a bit. Just go back a little bit.
Mate, keep coming faster. Honestly, run him over. You're doing us a favour.
No, he didn't want to damage. He didn't want to damage the van. He didn't want to damage the van. Yeah, go on, step back, Lee. He was going a bit faster. That would have hurt.
Pass us the camera and step backwards, actually.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, that was why I said the other one, because it would have hit Lee first.
Yeah, probably still would have.
Still awake, yes.
What was that?
Apparently, your phone said it's still awake. It must have to remind itself every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still
I am
alive.
still. Yeah, it's because he's not showed us any videos in the last 30 seconds.
I know, yeah, that's what it is. Right, I'm going to the next recovery. Game's run out of battery. Bye.
Ta-da!
Yeah, don't worry about us stuck here at the side of the road, you know what I mean?
Mate, your head is really red.
So Ben, we're back out and it's fixed. After a little trouble yesterday.
Yeah, thought I'd better let you drive, just in case I break it again.
Yeah.
Fancy going home tonight.
But sorted out the boosting issue, which we worked out was didn't have a MAF sensor.
Oh, we remembered that when we originally built it, it was meant to be going on to a standalone management system, so obviously because of the Sidewinder, no intake pipe, so it was going to be MAF-less, but it's kind of stood around so long that everyone had forgotten about the fact that the MAF wiring had been taped up into the loom somewhere out of the way, so yeah, we've sorted that out and we've got some proper boosts now, so yeah.
Still noisy.
What?
Still noisy?
Yeah. Does it drive like with some tracking done?
Much better. Like a totally different car now.
Should be just like an RS now. The view from the passenger seat with that screamer pipe in front of you is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like a hot haze and it blurs the cars out in front of you. That's mega. Not sure what I think about being a passenger with you with all this power.
I'm a good driver.
Yeah.
So I like to tell myself.
That's quite funny. It's brilliant. Love it. I want one.
So we got Josh in the car. What you saying, Josh?
Absolutely fucking unreal.
Like I was saying to Ben earlier on, if you're gonna go Cybex, I think you need a mode where track mode as it is now, nothing more, and then you want just a fun mode where it's all out power. But I think this is more than capable for the track, and you wouldn't want any more, to be honest. You ready?
Absolutely fucking insane.
Mental car, mate.
I'm actually scared to drive it.
To be fair,
Is it pulling you anywhere?
with these 888, well, the 888s on, mate, it's fine. Drives a lot better than what you'd think.
Never known anything like it. Straight away you can
feel it.
What you saying, Josh?
Scared.
Are you shaking?
I'm actually scared.
Nothing like you've ever felt before?
No. No. Absolutely unreal.
Best purchase of your life?
Yeah. Sorry, Jamie. But I'd still, yeah, I bought it off Jamie Arnold, and I've promised him as soon as it goes on track, he's having the first go in it. Like,
definitely, you can't say fairer than that. So, for the camera, what are your real thoughts of the car then? Can't put into words, no?
No. And I want it to go to 1,000 brake.
Mate, when they're set up correctly, you don't need that 1,000 brake. Yeah, it's good for the figures, but it's an amazing car.
Right guys, so that's it for the blue Focus track car of Josh's. I'm not sure what we're going to title this video, but thanks to Josh for being a good sport. Thanks for letting us continue to support this vehicle. As I've said in the previous bits of the video, Jamie started this project and now we're ending it with Josh. So as you will have seen, we've set up the vehicle at Buckley Tyres. We've been out in the vehicle to test it and set it up somewhat in terms of boost levels and ready really for it to go and have its bodywork done. Josh has actually been out for his first reactions, and that was, yeah, it's just priceless really to see someone's first reactions. Thanks to him as well for letting or saying in the video that he's going to take Jamie out in this vehicle, because this has been a big part of Jamie's life for probably 10 years he's worked with us. We've done every bit of this car with Jamie along every step of the way. We've built it, maybe some of the bits he installed, but we've built every bit of this. I do regret, it's one of my biggest regrets not taking this car, but in fairness, I knew Josh, this is what Josh wanted, and I knew this was the best car for him. So if you enjoy this sort of content, then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Consider liking it and giving it a comment down below if there's anything else similar that you'd like to see. We will get this car back on the channel once it's finished, and you'll likely see this pitched up against some of the bits that we've got ongoing, like the Fiesta ST180 and our own track car that we're doing in conjunction with Kerry Morgan, who owns the white RS. But for now guys, stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.